One of the questions we get asked a lot is why do you back more than one horse in a race? And to people that ask that question, it's a good question, but it also demonstrates you're not up to speed in terms of percentages and what they mean in a race. I mean, backing one, two, or three horses in a race is what professionals do, and it's what most people do. So it's all about how much percentage you've got to spend to do it, though. So, you know, if you're backing two horses at 4 to 1, they're or $5, they're 20% chances to win the race. So you add the two together, 20 and 20 equals 40. That's exactly the same as backing a horse at 6 to 4 or $2.50. So it's something you need to think about. Peter's going to show you here how to use this BetAngel software to do more than one bet and to introduce savers as well. It'll open your eyes. It'll blow you away for those of you that don't use Betfair and two don't use the BetAngel software. This is really good stuff, and you need to see it.
What's the problem with traditional backing? Well, let me illustrate to you. In this race we have 13 selections. We have to find a winner out of these 13. And that's pretty hard. Okay, we've got the favourite here that obviously has more chance than somebody further down the field. But to try and pick one winner out of 13 is pretty tough. If we go in and back Diplomatic with £10, we will get rewarded £33 for the task of picking one winner out of 13. So I'm going to show you some software here that will make your life a lot easier. If I flick to this software, you can see it looks very similar to the existing BetDAQ display that you can see here. We can see with Diplomatic, Lady Mango and various other horses down here, and you can see exactly the same down here. But the difference with the software is this allows you a lot more flexibility in terms of how you place your bets. So for example, if we place a bet with a stake of £10 and back Diplomatic, you can see that we get the same display as if we're on a normal BetDAQ screen. So if we back with £10, we will lose £10 if any of these others win, but we will win £33 if Diplomatic wins. And you can see exactly the same scenario here. We are betting with a stake of £10, or backing with a stake of £10. We will lose £10 if any of those others go on to win, but we will win £33 if Diplomatic wins. But the difference with Dutching software is that you can actually back more than one runner. So if we went in, for example, and decided to back the front four in this particular market, you can see here that I'd win varying amounts on the front four and I'd lose £40 if the rest came in. But the wonderful thing about Dutching software is that you can actually specify how much you want to win. So if we went in and backed on the normal BetDAQ web interface the front four with £10, you can see we've got a very mixed up book at the front here where we get varying returns for the risk that we're taking in the market. But if we do bet for a target profit of on here, we can say, okay, well, let's do it the other way around. I want to win £10 if any of the first four come in. So I'm going to back with £10, or rather I back with a target of £10, and you can see here that my predicted profit will be £10 if I place these bets, and I will lose £15 if these bets do not come in. So all of a sudden we've radically changed the way that we can pick a winner. Rather than just trying to cover off a large number on the main web interface, what we've done is we've gone into here, we've selected the market that we wanted, and we've said bet with a target profit of £10. You can see that if any of the front four come in, we win £10, and if they don't come in, we only lose 15. So all of a sudden we've completely changed our perspective on this race. But it gets better. And the great thing about this is we could say, okay, there are 13 runners in this race. We're picking the front four. We expect the winner to occur out of the front four. And if we get a winner out of the front four, we will win £10 if that occurs. But while we were doing our analysis, we looked at this and we thought, well, this horse here could also win. But we think it's got a bit of an outsider chance. What we can actually do is we can exclude this runner from our selection. So we can say, I want to win £10 if any of the front four come in, but I want to break even if the fifth horse goes on to win the race. So what we can do is if we go into here and we do adjust profit target to 0, you can see something magical happens. All of a sudden when we place this bet, we'll win £10 if the front four come in, and we will lose nothing, or very small amount, 3p in this case, if Haboobed comes in. I love the names of horses. But we could also say, well, we think Buxton's got a chance, and we want to cover off something on there, but we think it's an outside chance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say here, well, in fact, I'll tell you what, I'm willing to lose a tenner if that horse comes in. It's 11 to 1 on. Oh, sorry, 11 to 1 on. No, it's not. It's 11 to 1 against winning. So we don't think that, there's a less than 10% chance of this horse going on to win the race. So, we'll take a bit of risk on that. Or maybe we don't want to lose a tenner, we'll lose just a fiver. But you can see our whole process has changed from backing one horse to win the race. We can now back several horses. Not only can we back several horses, but we can exclude some, and we can zero the amount of profit that we'll make if one particular horse comes in. But we can also set a loss target as well. We can actually choose to lose slightly less on one horse than the others if the other horse comes in. And that's one of the wonderful things about this tool, is rather than having to pick one winner from 13 runners, we can now actually pick and choose which horses we think could win. We can predefine our own profit targets. We can even exclude horses so that we don't lose any money if they come in, and we can even minimize our losses on the remainder of the field if you wish. So all of a sudden we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 horses out of 13. We're covering almost half the field and guaranteeing ourselves a profit or a very small loss if any one of those 6 goes on to win the race. And obviously picking 6 horses out of 13 to win is so much easier than picking 1 out of 13. And that's the fundamental principle behind Dutching software.
Okay, well, Peter did a great job to explain that, and as you can see, he's managed to do a race there. I'm not suggesting you do this, but it's a great example. He's backed 1, 2, 3, 5 horses and made one a saver or a small loser. So pretty much he's got the opportunity to lose £25 on these horses here, or win £10 on these horses here, have a saver on that, and have a small loss on that. Now, you try doing that yourself without the software, and you need to be pretty clever at maths. It can be done. You can use spreadsheets, but you're going to be moving between spreadsheets and betting sheets and all sorts of things. So this BetAngel Pro enables you to do this. This actual one here is a free version, but BetAngel Pro is where it's all happening. And as I always say, we don't do affiliates. We don't recommend anyone for profit or gain in any way. I don't know Peter personally. This is just good stuff. So we'll never recommend stuff to you for gain, but this is stuff you need to have. And if you haven't got it, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're not getting as much out of the game as you should be.